morning out there, or should I say good afternoon. It's been a while since I dropped a video on my YouTube, on my YouTube. I've been vacant for a while. It's the Urban Scholar. I was doing some reflecting this morning. I was watching a documentary and some thoughts came to mind. And the two words that stood out today were unresolved conflict, which leads to resentment over a period of time. And what is that all about? Where does it come from? And how does one deal with that in life? And what are the effects and affects of it on the individual? Right? So I wanted to spend a few minutes today talking about that. So what is unresolved conflict? Well, let's start with unresolved. Unresolved is something that has not been fixed. There's been no solution, right? And we go on and on and on through time with a lot of unresolved things where we don't get definitive answers, or we don't progress through it or learn through it, right? And what is a conflict? Conflict is an incident or event that happened in one's life that was never, what we talked about, resolved. The person never went back and looked at that area, sought counseling, sought coaching, whatever the case may be, whatever the person felt was needed to resolve the conflict. Now, what are some examples of conflict? Some examples of conflict could be abuse of any kind, whether it be physical, mental, or sexual, or whatever. Abuse could be many things. And I think we're living in times where it's becoming a common theme, some type of abuse, whether it's through police brutality or whether it's through personal, family, wherever the case may be. However, many people go through lives with what we call unresolved conflict. And unresolved conflict leads to resentment, right? And when you have a conflict with a particular person or a particular event, sometimes it causes a person to get stuck there. And because you don't have awareness of it, you know about it, but you don't have what we call internal awareness, you tend to keep stumbling in life. And it's all centered around this conflict that went unresolved, that you never addressed and never dealt with. And it continues throughout all your relationships, whether it's personal, professional, or whatever, or social. Because today we have what we call social media, right? So now we have what we call social relationships that seem to appear like they're real relationships when, in essence, they're limited relationships. And the old definition of a relationship is usually something that took place intimately in person. So now we're influenced by today's technology, with the social media. It makes it appear that we have these relationships and these connections that really aren't true and real connections, right? But some people, they serve as a crutch, and some people feels like it serves as a, I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like a pillow, to help them bridge whatever relationships they're seeking from whatever it is they're seeking, and most people don't even know why they're seeking these relationships or the comfort in them. So unresolved conflict, how does it affect you? How does one address it? What do you do about it? It's very important to have self-awareness, right? If something happened in your life where it's causing you to stumble and to make the same mistakes, if you've been in an abusive relationship and there's a pattern where most of the people that you've been in a relationship with, male or female, there seems to be a pattern of abuse, right? Then it's not about it being your fault. It's about you looking at yourself, looking internally. And that's one of the issues that we're having nowadays. We're trained not to see ourselves, right? Our true selves. Because your true self is that what you can't see. It's you. It's your soul. So